Hey everyone, this video of professional development lesson is for those who could not make it to the in-person lesson we had last week. As we were preparing our professional development for the year, we kept thinking, how can we help you guys? And we just kept thinking, we don't really know what to expect. So that's what we thought we'd do, is give you some ways to prepare for the unknown. As in person, the presentation took about an hour. So I'm just going to focus on a few strategies to teach you. And then I am going to send this presentation through Teams so that you can go through and look at the rest of the slides and get the rest of the information. Each of the slides has a notes section where you can look at research and information on the different strategies. Okay, so let's start with the objectives. So our main purpose for this is to give you some ways to build online lessons that will help students in multiple environments. Right now we're going to have students in class 2 days a week, and they'll be distance learning at home online 3 days a week. So we need to provide different opportunities and multimodal texts for them to be successful. For example, we need to have audio texts, written text, visual texts, okay? The next one I want to focus on is some concrete ways that you can use technology in your classroom. Technology is going to be huge this year, especially with 3 days at home, at least through December. Okay, and then last one, this one is yours. I want you to select one of the concepts that we go through here. It can be one of the three that I explain, or you can go through and pick one that you researched on your own in a different slide. Okay, and then I want you to incorporate it in a lesson or unit, and we'll talk about that a little bit more at the end of this video. All right. Next one right here is, I want to connect this first to our districts and schools' vision and mission. Our motto is learning first, and we do this by providing an environment where growth and learning flourish. So our environments are going to be fluid this year, with being in class, in person, and distance learning at home. So we need to provide, like I said, those different opportunities and different tools for students to access. I don't think it can be reinforced enough. We've got to be flexible and have a variety of tools for our students. So I selected 3 different strategies that I want to talk about in this video really quick. John Hattie presented information about a whole bunch of different studies, and he went through and broke it down, researched it for us, and told us which strategies have the highest effect rate for students so that they can make the most growth. Screencastify, Screencast-O-Matic do a great job at teacher credibility. Where students are not going to be seeing us every day, it's important that they see our faces on video and that we are part of their learning while they're at home. It adds teacher validity, which is a 0.90 effect rate, okay? So anytime you can create a video and have your face, it's going to benefit the students. I mean, they'll be able to see that you know something, and they can put trust in what you're trying to teach them, rather than just uploading a video of somebody else, which those are perfectly appropriate in certain times too. Okay. I was watching a Jennifer Gonzalez, or listening to a Jennifer Gonzalez podcast called A Pedagogy, and she reinforced the same concept. When kids do not see you on a regular basis, they need to see you through video so that they can say, hey, my teacher knows this and she knows this, and they can trust what's being taught. Okay, the next one is to give base information that the student needs to know, just basic knowledge like vocabulary. Quizlet does a great job because they can go and they can reinforce that. It offers deliberate practice, which is a 0.79 effect rate. Okay, and then we have Edpuzzle, which has interactive videos where students can go and answer questions, and they're not just watching a video, they're participating with it, and that's a 0.54 effect rate. So I'm going to quickly show you my 2 accounts on Quizlet and Edpuzzle and how I have used them and how you can use them. So on Quizlet right here, this is my home page. I have created my own Quizlet options that kids can use. But if you want to do your own, or search for somebody else's because you don't have time, you totally can. So for example, I was teaching a lesson on logos, ethos, pathos, and I wanted them to get the vocabulary down. So you can go through, you can select an item right here, and you can totally make it your own. You can save it and change any words, but they can use flashcards, they can practice spelling, writing, practice tests, and there's some games for them to play too. Ed Puzzle is another great interactive, well, is a great interactive video. I'm going to go to my homepage here. And same thing, while I was teaching Logos, Ethos, Pathos, I found clips that students could go through and review. And I put them in my content. Sometimes teachers that I've worked with have already created stuff, and I have myself linked to my school. Or I can go through and find things on public, popular channels too. Okay, so I'm going to show you an example of one of my clips that I selected. I uploaded this from YouTube. We were doing, like I said, Logos, Ethos, Pathos, and I had questions right here that they could go through and answer. So for example, the second question that they needed to do is, what type of rhetoric is Christy using? Logos, Ethos, Pathos, and to provide evidence from the clip to support that. Okay, those interactive videos give great practice time. All right. So you can go through, practice some of these. Here's a whole bunch of different options that students you can use at school with them too. One thing you do need to be careful. There was a study done on videos and streaming videos for students. When videos are 0 to 6 minutes, they seem to have a high level of engagement. It drops a little bit from 6 to 9, but from 9 to 12 and 12 to 40 minutes, they stop paying attention, and it's not with them. And I think we all noticed that when we had our spring testing with distance learning. So keep that in mind. You can go through and look at these other slides, get information on how to make your online and in-person classes better. What I would like you to do when you go back to your lessons is to think, which methods do you need to include first? Think about the standards that you're going to teach and how are you going to change your instruction and implement technology tools to meet those standards. Okay, and then finally, if you could fill out this quick survey so that I can get feedback on this professional development lesson and make any changes I need to for you so that I can make sure things are productive. Thank you guys. If you need anything, come and talk to me anytime, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.